Tonight, Dundee United and Hibs go to war in Europe to try and get into the third qualifying round of their respective competitions. But today, right here, right now, it's time for me to talk transfers. Welcome back to Fog Football. It is the transfer roundup show. It's kind of went off the rails the past week/10 days. We've kind of skipped a day. We've done double days. We've done everything, man. It's been a bit chaotic. But there's one guy, all right, that splits opinion. Or a certain Jambo Bear would argue there's nothing split about it, alright? But the Jambo Bear's no here. I wish he was, but Indonesia are reportedly considering bidding for Idah, whatever you want to call him. I remember we used to call him Idah, and then some people were like, no, it's Idah, and then it's just stuck to that. I don't know if that was some form of rib, or if that was some form of, ripping the pish, clean it to us, but either way, folks, why would Indonesia want him? I'm not too sure. I mean, let's say they do want him, right, and let's say there's actual truth to this. How much is he going for? I mean, Celtic spent like 9.5. I just do not see any scenario where this Serie club, I mean, I think it would be fantastic business, man, if Celtic if say Celtic got like 7.5, 8 million, I think that would be absolutely fantastic business for them. But I mean, that is according to Toto Indonesia. So, but some guy by the name of Mark Henry, and not to be mistaken with the world's strongest man from WWE, said Idah is going nowhere. Despite interest for Indonesia, as Celtic and Irish striker both see a big season ahead for him with the Scottish champions. And I mean, it's all good us making fun of Adam Idah, but he looks like the star man up front, doesn't he? He really does, especially considering the fact that a lot of money was spent on him. It would be intriguing to see what Celtic fans would be saying if Celtic actually sold this guy, because he is, when they've had the summer that they've had and spent the lack of money, if you're selling your striker that you bought for 9 million, regardless of how good or bad he is, it's not exactly the greatest look in the world, if you catch my drift. So, but I think it would be, I think they'd have to, man. See, if the bid was decent, anything upwards of 5 million, I think you've got to accept it and just hold the L. I think that's got to be the case. I mean, what you could do is you could sell. I mean, they're linked with a few wingers. You could literally just convert Dyson Idah to a literal striker and do that if you don't want to go out and sign a striker. But then at the same time, folks, man, there's hundreds of strikers out there that you could go and sign. But yeah, leave it down below. Would you accept it, Celtic fans, for big Adam? Anyway, we'll move on to Rangers, as Rangers target Oliver Antman, the 23-year-old go-ahead Eagles winger, is ready for a new challenge. He wants to play in the Champions League and the top 5 leagues, but he says there's also great clubs in other countries. Well, there's no need to fear. We're a fantastic and great club in another country, and guess what? Here right now, we're playing Champions League football, my friend. Albeit it's qualifiers, but I'll tell you what, it could have been hee-haw after last night's heroics that almost turned into a disaster. I mean, let's be real, Rangers could have been at the Champions League last night, but like I said, I've been banging on the drum for weeks and months at this stage, Panathinaikos are a wee diddy team, and it was never in doubt. I was not sitting behind the sofa last night. Definitely not, folks. I was there bang in the middle, watching this game of football, knowing what was going to go down, and all seriousness, no, got away with one. I have to be brutally honest. But here, what I'm hoping for, folks, is that the team that plays against Victoria Pleasant, I mean, ideally, I'd hope the team that plays against Motherwell, but ideally, not this time next week. This is Thursday. Wait, actually, when do we play them? What date's today? 31st. I think we play them actually. Do we play them on the Wednesday then? Either or, man. Whenever we play them. I just hope when we play Victoria Pleasant in the first leg, we've got a couple of new faces in the door, and players that have been out with a knock or out with an injury are also in there, because we have seen how the Kieran Doyle experiment It's nothing. I mean, pretty much every single fan knew how it was going to go with Kieran Dyle. Lacklustre, shite. Guy cost us a goal. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say every single thing the guy done across the 2 legs was pish, but it was pretty much pish from him, if we're being brutally honest, over the course of 2 legs. So, unlucky Kieran Dyle, son. But you've got to move on. He has to, but Oliver Antman looks good. But go ahead Eagles, they've made it clear to Celtic that their target, Jacob Braham, will not be going for anything less than 5 million, as they have to pay 25% of a sell-on to the winger's former club, Odense, from Norway, I believe. So, unfortunate for them. Meanwhile, Ridvan Yilmaz and Besiktas remain in talks, but again, what is there really to say on that front? I feel like Ridvan Yilmaz is linked to a Turkish club every other day in these transfer windows. I'm kind of just sick of talking about it, so that's where we're going to wrap it up, guys. But later on tonight, 2 massive games, and neither of them are on free to watch TV. It's a disgrace in itself, but we'll be there to review both of them regardless.